Hey guys, Hufflepuff Hollis here. I'm having a bit of a bad day, and I thought to clear the mind, I would just talk about Harry Potter, because that usually helps. I thought today I was just thinking maybe rank the current Wizarding World movies. We have 10, so that's like a solid top 10 movies that I can rank. I'll eventually have movie reviews for all of them. Right now I think I only have a few, but I'll eventually get those. I'll get those down. But if you want to hear my official thoughts and opinions on all the movies, check out my movie review playlist. But for now I'm just gonna give a basic ranking of the movies. Starting with 10. I think my 10th, I guess, would be my least favorite. Sorry, I'm like in the woods and there's like a lot of weird noises and I don't know if it's like a creature or a person. It's a weird day today. Okay. So, number 10 would have to be Deathly Hallows Part 1. I'm gonna go out and say that it's my least favorite. It's just a camping trip and some background story. There is one good scene, you know, that scene between Harry and Hermione when they're dancing in the tent. That's really nice. I think the ministry scene was pretty cool, but that's about it. That's all that movie has going for it. And it's one of my favorite soundtracks to date. Like in the Potter movies, at least, it's one of my favorite soundtracks. So, yeah, moving on to number 9. I hate to say it, but my number 9 is Half-Blood Prince. And I love that movie. But whenever I'm presented with the other 9 films, Fantastic Beasts and Harry Potter, I think Half-Blood Prince would just be the 9th choice to watch. Don't get mad at me, I just think Half-Blood Prince is my number 9. I love it. I think the fact that I can never watch the cave scene and Dumbledore's death, like I just can't watch that last 1/8 of the movie. Maybe that has something to do with it, because it's just physically hard for me to watch. It's just hard seeing the characters like that. I don't know. I think it's a personal thing. Maybe I'm just being a girl and I should just man up and watch it anyways, but... Anyways, so... yeah, Half-Blood Prince is number 9. Number 8, I hate to say it, but Goblet of Fire would have to be my number 8. Now, Goblet of Fire, I think, would be my top 3 books, but the movie, you know, the Goblet of Fire is just a particular movie where the film adaptation was just a little rough around the edges. I think that's the most memeable movie out of all of them, so that's always good. I mean, Harry, did you put name in the Goblet of Fire is just a classic. I mean, I love it. Last time I watched it, we rewound it over and over again because it's just so funny. I mean, the action sequences were really good and the effects were decent, but I think that's my number 8. Number 7? I think number 7 would be Crimes of Grindelwald. Fantastic Beasts: Crimes of Grindelwald. And I'm only putting it that low because of the actual quality of the film. I personally enjoyed it a lot. I'm such a huge Newt fangirl, and I ship Newtina. I love Johnny Depp as Grindelwald. And that sequence in the graveyard was absolutely stunning, but there was a lot of story thrown at us, and not all the fans took it well. I thought it was fine, but I do have to think about the quality when placing Crimes of Grindelwald. Otherwise, I think I'd put it at number 4, but that's too high. It's not that good, even though I really enjoyed it. I think when you step back, and I think when all the 5 movies are out and you compare number 2 to the rest of the 5, I feel like Crimes of Grindelwald will definitely be on the lowest rank, but You know, we have several years before we can make that decision. So Crimes of Grindelwald is number 7. Number 6 would have to be Chamber of Secrets. I think that's a good, balanced film, well-rounded. I don't think there's any much to say. Chamber of Secrets is my number 6. Now the top 5, I'm gonna have to think about this because my top 5 just rotates all the time. So I'm gonna have to think about this one. So my number 5 would have to be Deathly Hallows Part 2. I think I'm gonna put this as number 5 just because of the emotional scars it leaves every time I watch it. But it's absolutely a fantastic film. It just wraps up everything together wholesomely. A lot of people die, that's no fun. But I definitely think the highlights of the film are Voldemort meeting his end, Snape, his story just all coming together, and Harry sacrificing himself for the wizarding community that he loves, I think is very powerful. And I really enjoy that. Number 4, let's see. Number 4, I think, this is hard, this is so hard. I think my number 4 currently is Order of the Phoenix. I take that back. Number 4 is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Number 3 is Order of the Phoenix. I think I switched those around just now because thinking about Fantastic Beasts, it does have some pacing issues, whereas Order of the Phoenix I think is the perfect film. Order of the Phoenix is my favorite book, and I think they did the best with the movie with what they had. Order of the Phoenix used to be my favorite movie as well, so it still has a soft place, like a special place in my heart. But Fantastic Beasts was the movie that I didn't know I wanted until I got it. Eddie Redmayne is the Newt Scamander that I didn't know I wanted until we got him. I absolutely fell in love. You know, after the last movie came out of Harry Potter, you know, I went through that post-Potter depression phase where I was like, what do I do with my life now? Because at that moment, Harry Potter was my identity, that's who I was. So after all the books and movies were over, I was like, what the heck? And then just as soon as I was moving on, J.K. Rowling was like, oh, by the way, we're having a Fantastic Beasts film series. And that was it. That's all I needed. And I remember seeing Fantastic Beasts. I cried at least 17 times. I think approximately there are 17 points in that film where I just absolutely cry because it just brings back all the magic and that I've been missing. And it also, the series has also come to me at another low point in my life, just as Harry Potter did, and I think that's why it's so high. It's not the perfect movie, but it's perfect to me, and that's why it's number 4. Order of the Phoenix is number 3 just because it's so great. I mean, I think everybody loves Order of the Phoenix. It's just one of my favorites. Now, number 2. 1 and 2 also goes back and forth with me, but I would have to say currently my number 2 is Sorcerer's Stone. That's where the journey began. That's where we meet Harry, Ron, and Hermione. All the innocence, all the magic captured into one film. The music, beautifully composed. It's just like you can watch Sorcerer's Stone and never watch a Harry Potter movie again because you'd be absolutely satisfied with the magical experience, and I think that's why it's so timeless. Obviously my number 1 is Prisoner of Azkaban. I hate to be that generic fan that says that's the best movie, but it's one of my favorite books too. I hate to be that typical fan that says Prisoner of Azkaban is the best, but it kind of is. I just like the mood of it. Like, both the book and the film have like a certain mood to it that I just groove with, I guess. The style, Alfonso, the style of the universe that he kind of created in this film really also went along with my groove. It's darker than the first 2, and I think it's that point, just in the series in general, it's that point where everything just starts to go up. You know, it was, I don't know how to explain it, but it was definitely Prisoner of Azkaban and Goblet of Fire are the turning points of the series. And I definitely think that we see different sides of Harry and Prisoner of Azkaban. We learn about the Marauders. I mean, that just gives it bonus points in general, because you learn all about the Marauders. You get closer to Sirius and Lupin. Remus Lupin, hands down my favorite character of all time, and I definitely think that might be why I love Prisoner of Azkaban so much, because I'm just so attached to Lupin, and this is the most that we see him. This is the movie where he gets most screen time, and we see him more in the book as well. So like, this is Harry Potter in the year that he had Remus Lupin as a professor, and honestly that's the best part. The time travel sequence was done so beautifully. We can't say that about you know what I'm talking about. We can't say that about Harry Potter all the time, but in this one, the time turner sequence was one of my favorite sequences in all of the films. And this is also one of my favorite soundtracks of all the films, so that also gives it bonus points. So yeah, I think that's my top 10. I think 10 to 1, it's Deathly Hallows Part 1, Half-Blood Prince, Goblet of Fire, Crimes of Grindelwald, Chamber of Secrets, Deathly Hallows Part 2, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Order of the Phoenix, Sorcerer's Stone, Prisoner of Azkaban. That's my top 10, that's my ranking. Please comment down below your ranking. I'm sure everybody disagrees with me. I see, like, whatever fandom I'm in, I always have the unpopular opinion. So go ahead and comment down below what your ranking of the current films are, and also what your favorite thing about the entire Harry Potter series was, and also what you want to see in the future Fantastic Beasts films. Do you want the next few films to do better than all the Harry Potter films combined? Because that's what, like, from what I heard about Fantastic Beasts 3, that's where it's heading, so hopefully. Well, I don't know, I'm really attached to Harry, so I'm just excited for more adventures in the wizarding world. Here's a plane, because I'm outside. Okay, well, I've been Hufflepuff Hollis out. Thank you for distracting me from Harry Potter. Is always there to distract me from my problems. I'm already in a better mood. So also comment below, has Harry Potter ever helped you with depression? Because if it has, I'm right with you. Look, I'm already in a happier mood. My day has turned upside down because I'm talking to my phone camera about Harry Potter. This is what happens on a daily basis.